Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's on the hook. Today on the hook, lots of fun things that we're going to talk about. But first, I want to welcome everyone who's new to my channel. I appreciate you subscribing. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It won't hurt anything. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps my channel so much. Also, please like this video. I'm saying this up front because sometimes I forget. And everybody forgets to like the video, even though if you actually did like it. I wish you would click the button when you know you like it. Maybe now, maybe later, and that would help my channel a lot as well. So let's get into a couple of things. I want to ask my viewers if y'all have had a chance to look through your stash to see if you have any Audine Wools Flirt colorway from Knit Crate from last year, maybe 2 years ago. Sheila Metcalf is looking for a couple of hanks of that, and if you have some in your stash, let me know. Just email me at Jeanne@onthehookcrochet.com, and that email is down in my description box as well. You can email me, and I'll get y'all two in touch with each other, and maybe you can work out a trade or something. So just wanted to ask you again, if you have any Knit Crate Audine Wools, look for that and see if you have some that you can trade with Sheila. Also, I published a pattern last week for the Daisy Granny Square cardigan, and it's been a big hit. Appreciate everyone going out to my Etsy shop and purchasing that. Even if you're not going to make it right now, you can purchase it and have it in your pattern stash, and that way you'll have it when you're ready to make one of these beautiful cardigans. I can see it right there. I've got it hanging up. Let me get out of the way here. There it is hanging up. Crystal is modeling something else for me today, so she didn't have two ways to model, so I just hung it up right there so you could see it. Now, the first 30 people that bought the pattern had a mistake, and I went back and I changed it. I revised the pattern and I sent it out to everyone who had bought the pattern. So now everybody will have the accurate pattern, whether you bought it the first 30 or after that. I had already put out the revised pattern on Etsy. So if you bought it after about the third day, I think, then you will be okay. So 16 is the number of stems that you have in the center of your granny square right there. You'll have 16 stems, 16 petals of small size, and 16 large as well. So if you have those numbers, you're good. And everybody should be okay at this point. I was very careful to send it to everyone who had bought the pattern before I changed it. So thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. I think I've heard back from everybody who said that they got the new pattern and they could use it. And the person who pointed that out to me was Peggy Owens. Peggy, thank you so, so much. Otherwise, I would have never known it. And I would have sent out all these patterns that were incorrect. I'd have to go back and revise it. So thank you for jumping in and telling me that that number didn't look like it was right. And I know, Peggy, you corrected it, but I had to go back and look at it again, and I was just horrified that I'd put the wrong number. That is all fixed now, so everything's good and ready to go. Now, let's talk about what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a beautiful pink jacket that I wear every year for Valentine's Day, and tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so I'm wearing this in honor of Saint Valentine, who was the saint that it was named after, Saint Valentine. But Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and so I thought I would wear this beautiful jacket. It's kind of a suede-ish jacket. It's not actual suede, it's polyester, and I got it from Chico's long, long ago. 10 years ago, maybe 8 years, something like that. And I wear it every year at this time. And I'm wearing it with a black Beautiful You top that I made out of Beautiful You yarn that Lion Brand has now discontinued, but that's okay. Everybody does it. But this is the pattern that I used, Beautiful You. And this is one in which the sleeves are crocheted right into the front and back of the pattern. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'll take my jacket off. Well, here's what I'm wearing under my pink jacket. This is the Beautiful You blouse that I made from Beautiful You yarn from Lion Brand. And it's very easy to make. The sleeves are actually crocheted right into the body of the pattern. So you have a front with the sleeves already built in, the back with the sleeves built in, and then you sew it together at the shoulders and the sides. Not difficult at all to make, and you can use a very small yarn for this. I used a number 2, which is what Beautiful You was. It's a number 2 yarn, and I'll show it to you up close here in just a second. But this is what it looks like. It has a very relaxed neck at the top, And there's a small band around the bottoms of the sleeves and around the top of the neckline right here. There's a little bit of a band, not much. And this is mid-hip on me. If you can't see that, it's mid-hip, and I'm wearing it with some black dress pants and some black little heels that I have on. It's just a real casual outfit that I can wear on Valentine's Day. I might get to go to dinner. You never know. So I'm hoping Mr. On the Hook will take me out to dinner tomorrow. So that is what I'm wearing, the Beautiful You pattern by On the Hook Crochet, and it's out on my Etsy shop. This is the yarn that I use to make this beautiful sweater. It's Beautiful You by Lion Brand. It's a nylon yarn. It's very comfortable, very, very soft. And of course, they don't have it anymore, but you might grab some off eBay. I think they still have some out there. I just used, it's called Meteorite, but it's black. I mean, it's dark, dark, dark gray. So I'd say I just call it black. It's black enough for me. Here's a yarn that you could substitute maybe. This is Cotton Fair by Premier. I'm sure they still have this. It's just plain old black. It's a number 2 yarn, as you can see right there, number 2 yarn. And on each ball are 317 yards. It took me about 800 or 900 yards of Beautiful You to make this. I think it was closer to 1,000, honestly. It probably was, but you know, you'd have to buy plenty of a number 2 yarn. This is also number 2. So as you can see, this one is cotton and this one is nylon. So you can see the difference there. The nylon, of course, is much more shimmery, and you might find a number 2 yarn at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's that will fit the bill if you want something kind of shiny, because this blouse is kind of shiny. I really love it. It is so comfortable. I'm wearing it with a tank top underneath because when the lights shine on it, it's very revealing. So I have to wear a tank top under this one. But normally I probably wouldn't wear a tank top under it if I'm wearing it under a jacket. But if I'm wearing it alone, I would definitely wear a tank top under it. So that's what I'm wearing today. I have another finished project, or finished object, I guess I could say. And I did, Mr. On the Hook is fixing me up to do some tutorials, and I'm going to do some tutorials. Probably, I'm considering doing tutorials for beginner crocheters and how to make each stitch. You know, most everybody's done that, but I'd like to throw my hat in the ring and do that myself and help beginning crocheters know how to hold the yarn, how to get that crochet hook just right, and some recommendations for what to buy if you're just beginning crocheting. If you've been crocheting a while, you know my patterns are very easy to read. They are made for any size that you are. I've had ladies that contacted me that are a 5X, and they would make my patterns and they fit perfectly. And very small people make them, I'm sure. I'm not very small, but I'm a small medium, and my patterns are perfect for me. I'm sure if I wanted to make it smaller, I certainly could. Like I said, there are no stitch counts in my patterns, none. And so you don't have to worry about how many stitches you have going around. I also give you the option of adding ease to your pattern so that you can add enough extra fabric to it so that it's comfortable for you. There's nothing worse than making a crocheted item and have it be too small. That used to happen to me all the time because my weight varies back and forth, and I gain or lose 5 pounds all the time. And a sweater that I make might be too small if I gain a few pounds. So I put enough ease in mine where I can easily wear this whether I've gained 5 or lost 5. So that's kind of how I try to work with my patterns. Now, my very boxy patterns, I have some very boxy patterns out there, and they are labeled boxy. That means there's a lot of ease built in that show you how to add that 8 inches or 16 inches of ease and have it look nice on you. And that's what I'm trying to do with my patterns. I want them to look good on you. I want them to fit you when you first put them on. I'm just so excited when people write me and say, I wore your sweater today. It fit me perfectly. The sleeves were long enough, and you know, sometimes there's a problem with that. Some people have longer arms than others, and I try to make it very easy to adjust the pattern to fit you. And they're also written in plain English. There are not a lot of abbreviations in there. They're very simple to read, and I also put little marks by each round usually, or each row, so that you can mark it off in case you have to put your crocheting down and go do something and come back, then you'll know exactly where you left off. So I do try to do little things like that to help. So I'm thinking about doing a beginner crocheting series, you know, where you learn how to do the different stitches and some small projects maybe. This is long way away. I'm not really set up for it yet, but I'm going to try to do something additional to my channel as well. But I will still keep doing this. And this is my favorite thing to do, is just to talk about crochet, to offer you ideas of things to make. And that being said, I finished another Granny Square Tote, and what I'm doing is I'm using this yarn. This is not sponsored, okay, right up front. I'm not sponsored at all by Red Heart, but I'm using this Red Heart Granny Square yarn, all-in-one Granny Square yarn. This is what I have left from the large skein that I bought to make the Granny Squares for this purse that I made. But I love the colorway. This is called Black Cherry Moody, I believe is the name of it. Black Cherry Moody. And it is, I think, the prettiest colorway that they have in this particular yarn. It is just a bright, bold colorway, and that's what I like. I like bright, bold, and then I like neutrals too, but this is kind of my favorite. I wanted this for as soon as I saw as soon as I saw the Red Heart Granny Square yarn, I wanted this color, and I did finally get it from Hirschner's, and now they have it at Joann's. So this is what I made. This is a smaller version of the Granny Square Tote. This is what it looks like. This is the Granny Square Tote, and this is what the pattern is out on my Etsy shop. And also tell you in there how to line it, and how to lay it out, how to connect the squares together and all that, and I'm making a large strap to go on it, and how to do the edging, and all that is in the pattern. But I used that pattern to make it smaller, and the first one I made was this one. I think I showed this to you last week. This is a Granny Square tote purse, Granny Square Tote purse, and it's made just like the tote, only it is a purse. And on this one I actually added a button on the front and a button holder, which is built right into the edging here. And all you do is when you're doing the edging, you just chain out a little bit right in the middle, and maybe, it looks like I did about 10 stitches. I think I did 10 for this. And then on the way back, you just continue to half double crochet into that chain that you made, and as many rows as you have on your edging, you can do it that many, or I just did it on one, and it fits perfectly over the little button that I have on here. And I carried this all weekend last weekend. I really like it. I lined it in kind of a white satin, and it's beautiful white satin. This one I lined in, I think it's a gray satin. Yeah, I lined this one with gray satin, and it gives it a really nice feel. When you put your hand in there, it's real smooth and pretty, and it feels real special. Now this one, I have not lined it yet, but I have some yellow lining that I'm going to use. But this is the newest one that I have. There it is. Very pretty. It turned out so nice. I really love these colors together. I think they're just gorgeous. And because it's in a smaller package, this is a smaller purse. It's not as big as a big tote. It kind of screams at you, but I like it because it's a smaller version of the tote. And this is what it looks like on. It's not very big. I used the same strap that I used on the tote. On this is a good size for me, but you might want to make yours longer or shorter. One way or the other, it might be better for you, but again, that's using the pattern for your benefit, however you want to do that. And the lining is optional as well. So there's my newest finished object. I really love it. Now I have 3 totes like this, and they're all made from the Red Heart Granny Square yarn, and I've become kind of an expert at making those squares. I've made lots and lots of them now, and after a while you get the hang of how to adjust the yarn for when it changes color to the next color. You don't have to cut the yarn. You can just move it up to the new color and then pull that through and start working with that. And what's left on the back, you can just you can weave it in if you want to, or if you crochet over it, you won't have to even do that. So I found it very easy to work with, and I've enjoyed working with this. Again, I'm not sponsored. They could certainly sponsor me, but I'm not sponsored by Red Heart at all. Just love their yarn. Now let's take a look at my very tiny video about my diamond painting progress for this week. Well, here I am back at my Romeo and Juliet diamond painting, and I'm almost finished with it. As you can see, I finished all of this up here, and now I'm working on this one little corner here. I couldn't finish it last night. I just ran out of gas, so I thought, well, I'll just finish it tomorrow, and I'll show all of my subscribers what I have left to do. As you can see, I have, you know, probably a couple hundred drills to put in there, but after that I will be all finished and I'll be able to show you the whole thing. Next week we'll unroll this and I'll show you the whole diamond painting. I'll put a picture here of what it's supposed to look like, but as for now I'm just going to let you wait for another week and then we'll get it all finished up and I will show it to you then. So I hope you like that very quick update on my diamond painting, Romeo and Juliet. I hope you like that. Next week it will be done. I have to finish it. I've decided that next week I'm going to show it in all of its glory. I'm going to roll it out and show you the whole diamond painting, and I just really love it. I've enjoyed working on it. It's been very interesting to work on, and I have another diamond painting coming to me. It should be to me in another few days or maybe a week. And in the meantime, if I finish Romeo and Juliet and I have some days left over, I might grab my Irises by Van Gogh and work on that a little bit. I'm still not finished with it, but it's a huge painting as well. So I work on it a little bit between diamond paintings. So I'll get that out and I'll show that to you next week if I'm working on it. Now, last week I told you that I was working on a shawl collar crochet cardigan. And this is what I'm using, the Premier Puzzle Shimmer, not sponsored, but it is beautiful. I just really love it. It's so soft and it's bulky, so it's easy to work with and it's fast. And you know me, I like fast. There's the bulky 5, that's what it is. And I believe it's all acrylic. There might be a tiny bit of polyester. Yes, there's 2% metallized polyester, which is the glimmer there. As you can see, there's some glimmer in there. It's really pretty. And Crystal has agreed to model this, even though it's not finished. But this is the Shawl Collar Crochet Cardi. This is what it looks like. I made it from the shimmer, which is I just showed you, and this is what it looks like. Now I've still got lots and lots of stitch markers in here to mark, especially the sleeves. Look at all those stitch markers. Those are all the decreases that I do. And then I did put a ribbing at the bottom. It was simple to do, very easy, and it's very stretchy on this bulky fabric, so I really like it. This is a stripy yarn, but it's not terribly stripy. Get her over here so you can see her better. Yeah, there it is. It's not quite as stripy as I thought. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It was stripy, but it's not obnoxious stripy for a cardigan. You know, you don't want anything with big, bold stripes, and I don't. You might, and that's where you can choose whatever yarn you want for your project. But this one is, it turned out pretty nice. I like it. It looks kind of funny with all these stitch markers in it, but I left all the ones to see what you want to do with my patterns is to match the sleeves. When you get a good fit on your sleeve, then you match the other sleeve to it and you leave the stitch markers in it so that you know exactly where you decreased. And sometimes you decrease more than I do, sometimes fewer times than I do. So you will definitely want to put the stitch marker around the post of the 2 stitches that you connect together. When you decrease, you actually pull 2 stitches together. And then on the next round, it just makes 1 V at the top, 1 stitch. So what I do is I take my stitch marker and I pull it around those 2 posts that I pulled together. Then I can see exactly where I decreased. And that's a very helpful thing when you're making a sleeve, because you want to decrease it all the way down to the bottom. And there's a very hefty decrease down here at the bottom before you get to the ribbed cuff. So you want to make sure you mark it all. That's what I do. I have hundreds of stitch markers, but you can buy a package of stitch markers with maybe 50 in it, and that might be enough. But honestly, if you're making one of these, you might want to get 2 packages because, you know, and they're not going to go away. You can put them in a box and keep them and use them for the next sweater that you make, because it's good to have lots of stitch markers. Now, the collar on this, and I'll tell you one thing I did that's not really a mistake. It's not a mistake. I'm not going to call it a mistake, but sometimes when I make a garment, the next time around, I make things many times, twice or 3 times. The second time I make this, I'm going to make it wider across the front so that the fronts meet right here. Now the shawl collar, I actually just put on a shawl collar. I didn't do a collar that was built into the front rib, the front edging. And sometimes you can do that. You can build the shawl collar in, but I wanted the collar to be separate. So I built the shawl collar just in this one space right here on the front and the back of the cardigan. I didn't incorporate it into the edging down the front. I did one row of edging, and you can see here I made the corner curved. Let me get that around there where you can see it. I made the corner curved so that it's not a harsh, you know, bottom and top. I don't like that too much. In fact, you'll see in my daisy cardigan in the front, I don't know if you can see that. Let me go get it for you. Finally figured out a way to make the front edgings really nice, and this is an example of that. I worked really hard to get this just right, but it is a wide edging, a ribbed edging, and it turns a corner there, and it lays flat, and I just really love that. It's not, you don't just put 3 stitches in the corner. You have to graduate it on both sides, and so I figured out how to do that. And so both sides are very, very nice. They lay really nice at the bottom of the fronts there. And that's what I tried to do with this one. But I only used one row of crochet at the bottom of this, or around the whole thing. I only used one row, and then I started my shawl collar. So it's not going to be quite as graduated, but I did make it curved around at the bottom so that it looks nice when you wear it. I just like for things to look super nice when I'm wearing them, and I don't like that squared off thing in the front. I've got myself hooked onto this hanger here. I can't get it off. There it is. He attacked me. All right, so here we go. I'm going to hang this back up, and I'm going to put Crystal back where she goes, and we're going to do some giveaways. Now today we're giving away 4 gifts, and this is the first one. This is the Karen Jumbo, and it's beautiful pink colors, 100% acrylic. There are a lot of yards on here. Let me find out how many yards. I did this last week and I've forgotten. This is rosewood. That's the color, 100% acrylic. 595 yards, almost 600 yards on this. But anyway, I was going to make a summer top, a Valentine's top, I guess, and I'm not loving it. I guess if you knit, or if you like to crochet and you like this look, this is great. I don't hate it, but I just really didn't want to finish it. So this is a Frogger finish if you want to, or you can go buy another rosewood and have enough for a huge cardigan or whatever you want to do. But this turned out really pretty. Let me get that up there where you can see it. I do love it. I just don't love it enough to finish it. So this is a Frogger finish, and the key word there was Caron, C-A-R-O-N. All right, next we have a couple of skeins, or a skein and a half of the Red Heart. I love this yarn in the print mode, and this is the red print. This is pretty. I like it. I made my Christmas vest from this, so I have a skein and part of another skein of that ready to go, and that will go to the person who used the word print in their comment. They'll be in the running for that. Now, I also have another Crochet World magazine. This is spring of 2024. A ton of patterns in here. Really, really like it. And again, when I have my overhead camera, I might be able to flip through some of these and we can talk about some of the patterns in there. But right now, I can just show you the front, and I've already shown you the inside of this. A couple of videos ago, I gave this another copy of this away, and I talked about some of the patterns in it. So this is the Crochet World, and world was the key word in your comment, so you're in the running for that. And then I also have a frog or finish, you can do either one, scarf that I started, and it's got some beautiful colors in it. It's just granny stitch, 3 double crochets, skip, looks like skip 2, 3 double crochets. So this is the scarf. It's pretty long, but I'm giving away quite a bit of yarn, and one huge skein of this Best Value beautiful Mary Maxim. I love this yarn. I'm actually making a skirt from this, and I'm going to get that back out and finish it for spring. But this is kind of a cocoa color. It's called Mocha, It's called Mocha. And I had planned to do a lot of the scarf in that color. In fact, I did use it for some of it. You can see that right there. And then I have some other colors in here. There's just a potpourri of different colors of size 4 yarn, and that's what this is. So it's a frogger finish. You can absolutely frog this out and use it for something else. But that is the fourth gift, and that the keyword was scarf there, S-C-A-R-F. So let's turn the camera to the computer, and we're going to look at the spinning wheel to find our gift recipients for today. Okay, here we go, and we are going to choose some gift winners today, and this is the word we start with, Karen, and this is for the Caron Simply Soft 2 skeins of yarn. And now we're going to come down here and get our YouTube comments to find out how many people were interested in that. And there were 88 people, I believe. Yeah, 88 people. So let's scroll over here and find out who wins the Caron Simply Soft yarn. Here we go. Here's the raffle winner, and it's on a spinning wheel, and everybody loved this, so this is what I'll be doing. And there's the winner, and now let's scroll down here and find out who the winner was. Ramona Grace 7555. You were the winner of the Caron Simply Soft yarn. Congratulations. Now let's scroll over here, and we're going to change the word to print. And the word print is for the I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby. And let's scroll down here, get our YouTube comments. All right, and let's scroll over here and see who wins the I Love This Yarn. The red, beautiful red yarn. I love that yarn. Here we go. And the winner is selected right there. It is Karen M7197. Karen M7197, you've won the red I Love This yarn. So wonderful, and congratulations. All right, let's scroll back up here, and we're going to select the word world, and this is for the Crochet World magazine. So let's scroll down here, see who wanted this magazine, 64. Scroll over here, and let's check to see who wins that. This is for the Crochet World magazine. And the winner is about to be picked. Here's the winner in purple right there. The winner is Diana Garms, 6879. Diana Garms, 6879. You have won the Crochet World magazine. Congratulations. All right, now let's come up here, and we're going to change the word again. And this word is for scarf, and it is for the frogger finish scarf that Jeanne started and just couldn't get it done. So let's see who wants that. There was a lot of yarn in there too. There are quite a few skeins of yarn. So let's see who wins this. This is for the frogger finish scarf, and it keeps twirling around here. It selected a winner there. All right, let's see who won. This would be Linda's dot Patton 7552. Linda's dot Patton 7552. You have won the frogger finish scarf, and congratulations to everyone. Be sure to send me an email with your name and your address, and also winner, the word winner in the subject line, and I'll get those right out to you. Congratulations. As you know, I am cleaning out my craft room. It seems like I'm always doing that. I talk about it all the time. So I think it's an ongoing thing. I'm cleaning out my craft room, and little Grandma Kim gave me a whole lot of yarn a few months ago, and I have used some of it actually to make my patterns with. I've used some to give away, and I'm giving away a little bit more today. So let's take a look at what I'm giving away today. This is a beautiful yarn, and I'm going to take one of these out of here so you can see it. Look at this. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't have time to make all these up, and I don't want them to sit around in my craft room all year before next winter, so I'm giving away this. This is 3 skeins, just alike, full skeins of Classic Shades Frenzy, and that is the, I guess the name of it. It's a bulky yarn. It's 70% acrylic and 30% wool. So if you're wool challenged, then I wouldn't sign up for this. But this is called Frenzy Classic Shades, And it's a beautiful yarn. I really love it. Look at this. It's just gorgeous. All those beautiful colors in there. Look at that. I just love that. That would make a beautiful child sweater or several hats. Anything you want to make from this. But there are 3 skeins. And let's see how many yards are on here. The yards are 158. So there are 450 yards right about for that. The key word for that is frenzy, F-R-E-N-Z-Y, frenzy, F-R-E-N-Z-Y, frenzy. If you want to sign up for that, that's a really beautiful yarn. I love it. Everybody knows what Landscapes is, and this is 3 skeins of Lion Brand Landscapes yarn in the Desert Spring colorway. Another gorgeous yarn. Another gorgeous yarn. I've used Landscapes a lot. I haven't used much this year, but I did receive this from Little Grandma Kim, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give that away. I don't have time to make it, so this is Landscapes Desert Spring. There are 3 skeins of it, 3 full skeins in there. The keyword there is lion, L-I-O-N, lion. And if you're interested in that, put that in your comment, and you'll be in the running for that. This is 8 skeins of ice yarn, and this is the eyelash yarn. I don't know if you've worked with it. If you have, there are a lot of patterns that you can call up to use for this. There are a lot of free patterns. I looked them up. It's called eyelash yarn. It's an interesting yarn. If you were interested in being challenged, then this is the yarn for you. You can try it. And it's a beautiful color too. Love the black and white. It would make a beautiful scarf or something like that. This is the eyelash yarn by Ice. And the keyword there is ice. If you're interested in this, use the keyword ice and you'll be in the running for that. Now, I have a Frogger finish right here. This is a summer top that I'm not going to finish, but I did get this far with it. It's really pretty, and it is made with a J hook. It's made with a J hook, and this is what it looks like. This is made with Mary Maxim Pastoral Knits. They don't make this anymore, but there's another skein and a half of that, and that's enough to make a summer top. This goes all the way around. I have a couple of patterns like that. You see, I took my side-to-side measurement, I added the ease to it, and then I added another side-to-side measurement, and I got the total around plus ease, and then I chained up for that, and I am in the middle of, I think it's just double crochet. It's beautiful yarn. I really like it. I've made other things from it. I made a summer top from Pastoral Knits, and really, really like it. But I don't have time to finish this. This is in pink, actually. Let's see what the colorway is. It's called Tea Rose. Tea Rose. And this is enough to make a summer top. But it is crocheted in the round. So if you know how to do that, that's great. If you don't know how to do that, then you might want to rip it out and make it your own way. But anyway, this is Mary Maxim Pastoral Knits. All acrylic, very beautiful. And the keyword here is Mary. It's Mary, M-A-R-Y. That's the keyword for that yarn, Frogger finish, actually. Now, I don't know how many of y'all know what crewel embroidery is, but I used to do a ton of crewel embroidery. And I found this in my stash, and it has not been worked on, but I have it all ready to go. And all of the yarn is separated and numbered. As you can see, I used a piece of cardboard to separate it. And this is what I've done. I actually did the little bear already at the top. I've already completed him, and it's been a while. But this is the beautiful poem. Oh my goodness, look, I've done that too. I didn't even know I'd done that. I think all I really need on here is a little touch up down here, and then the writing has to be done. And I'll read this to you because it's a beautiful poem, and I've always wanted to make this for my daughter, and I just never got finished with it. So I'm going to give this away. This says, I hope my children look back on today and see a mother who had time to play. There will be years for cleaning and cooking, for children grow up while we're not looking. So true. If you know how to crewel embroidery, you can certainly have this. I doubt there'll be a lot of people who sign up for it, but if you do, you have a really good chance of winning this. This is a a Frogger finish. I guess you could call it a Frogger finish, but it also comes with an embroidery, 2 embroidery hooks. I'm just going to give the whole thing away. So if you know somebody who crewel embroideries, or if you embroidery and you know how to do that, it's not hard to do. I mean, you could probably learn how to do it on Google or on YouTube, but I'm giving this whole thing away. And the key word here is poem, P-O-E-M, poem, because it's a poem and it's done in crewel embroidery. So sign up for that if you know somebody who might like to have it, or if you would like to do it yourself. That would be great. Great for your daughter or for a granddaughter or anyone who has children. It's a great little poem for that. Now this last one is a frog or finish, and I have lots of yarn in here. See my yarn? And this is, it's a sweater that I started. Oh my, I'm much farther along than I thought. This comes with the stitch markers too, if you want to keep those. This is what it looks like. The yarns are in the bag that I used, and all you have left is the sleeves, I believe, and you have to probably sew it up. Yeah, I'd say you probably have to sew it. But there it is. And the yarn, I saved one of the yarn bands. The yarn is Heartland Tweed by Lion Brand. It's a very beautiful yarn, and I've already finished the sweater. And it looks like it has plenty of ease in it. I'll stand up and show this to you. Oh yeah, there's plenty of yarn in this thing. But you can make it a vest, and you can just finish it off as it is, or you can put some sleeves in it, and there's enough yarn to do the sleeves. I have several types of yarn that I use. This is one. I really love this. This is a tweed that I used on something else. I can't remember what it was, but it's a tweed. And then I have another full skein of that. And then I have the blue here that's part of the stripes, and the gray. And so I think I used all the blonde color right here. I think that's all. You can certainly make the sleeves out of this, and then put some stripes at the bottom out of these things. So anyway, it's a Frogger finish, and you can certainly finish it, or you can frog it right out. There's a lot of yarn in there. It's pretty heavy. But I started this 2 years ago, and it's been sitting around in my craft room, and I thought, you know what? I'm just not going to finish that. I'm not going to finish it. So I'm going to give it to someone who would like to finish it. And I think I'm pretty sure I used an L hook, maybe a K hook on this. But you can do a few stitches and see if you've got the right size hook. So there you go. Yeah, let's use tweed for this one. T-W-E-E-D, tweed, and that will get you in the running for this Frogger finish. And there's a lot of yarn there, so you can certainly frog it out and use it for anything you want. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my program. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't. Half of the people who watch my videos every week are not subscribed. I don't understand that, but please do, because YouTube will look at that and say, I like this content. I'm going to send it to more people, and that helps us grow our channel. I appreciate it very, very much. Be sure to visit my Etsy shop. I have lots and lots of patterns. I think I'm at 115 or something, 120. I don't know how many patterns, but there's a ton of patterns out there for all kinds of garments and things. Also some little gifts for home and for people. The tote bag is, if y'all have asked for where it is, the tote bag is in the gifts and home section on my Etsy shop, but I will put a link to all the patterns that I mentioned. They're down in the description box. Also a way to join the community, and if you join the community, you will get the first email that goes out for every pattern that I release, and also when I have project bags that come in, and I've had some come in, so I'm going to put those out on the email this week, and you can grab one of those if you want to. The project bags are awesome. They're awesome, and I've had so many people buy multiple bags because they're so useful, and they hold up very, very well. I just wanted to show you this one. This is an older one. This has my logo on it in a square, but the new ones are round, and they're really beautiful. I don't have one up here. They're all down in my craft room, but I wanted to show you this. They're made by Port Authority. They have a nylon strap. They have 2 nylon straps. Some are zippered and some are not. This one, it happens to be zippered, if you can see that. And they have pockets on the outsides and some on the insides. They're all different, and I always describe them very much in detail on my Etsy shop so you'll know exactly what you are buying. But this is an awesome bag. Look how big it is. It holds a very large project or several small ones. So I just wanted to show you that. I do have some new colors that came in, so I'm going to put those out on my Etsy shop. I also have some, I think there's still some light silver and maybe a white or two. So I will send an email out to the community, and you can see what's available. If you're interested in buying one, you have to do it because I only have 3 of each color. That's it. So if you see the email come out, then you'll know that that's the first time anyone has seen those bags. I'm so thankful that you join me, and join me again next week to find out what's on the hook.